how y'all are. It's me. It is, you're recording this on the final Thursday before Thanksgiving 2022. This is going to be a very short podcast, and we might as well just get the elephant out of the room, out of the way. The 45th President of the United States has been reinstated on Twitter. This after a 24-hour poll that was taken by Twitter's new owner to see if that particular person would be, if people wanted him back. And apparently there were a lot more MAGAs than resistors. My feelings about this, you may not like it. I am not a MAGA. I am not a supporter of the 45th President of the United States. To me, his tweets or any activity he does on that particular platform is just fodder for any tweets that I might do. He's material. Nothing more, nothing less. I don't have to follow him. I don't have to respond to his messages or whatever. And I can, use at least a couple of Twitter accounts to follow him if he decides to block. But basically, all I know how to respond to him without him, getting in my business. I don't care. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't care. But apparently a lot of people do, because they feel that he is spreading misinformation and things like that. Here's the problem I have with misinformation. If you're stupid enough to believe a lie, then there are consequences of you believing. This is not a situation where there are consequences for exercising your freedom of speech. Because if you say the term, I believe in freedom of speech, but I also believe there are consequences for that speech, that in and of itself is an attempt to intimidate somebody from speaking. Therefore, you don't believe in freedom of speech. But what I do believe in is, if you believe the lie, then whatever happens to you is on you. You've been exposed to Fox News and various other outlets that you keep saying are lie upon lie upon lie, and they probably are. Why aren't you believing those lies? Maybe because you're smart enough to know it's a lie. Some people are not. And a long time ago, I've given up trying to help out stupid people. If you are stupid enough to believe the lie, you deserve exactly what's about to happen to you. So much for that. There is one other thing I do want to talk about, and I will do so right after this. Before we go on, I just want to let you know that there's a way you can connect with me. And everywhere we are on social media. Because of what's been going on over at Twitter, I have basically spent the last couple of weeks establishing myself in every single solitary non-right-wing echo chamber social media website that I can. And they are all in one place. It's my Linktree. That's Linktree/RadioDon. It's spelled linktr.ee/RadioDon. And it's very important you put the dot where I told you, because linktree.com is not going to work. It is linktr.ee/RadioDon. Everything we're on is there. Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and some of the lesser known places. Like we're on Mastodon now. Counter Social, I think that's also a Mastodon instance. Let's see. We're on locals.com. A lot of places. Because we're very afraid that there is an attack on social media. Not liberals on social media or conservatives on social media. I believe that there are people who want to shut social media down. They want to shut you up. And they're not going to do that to me without a fight. So if you want to follow me wherever I am, you go to the Linktree. Also, if you want to support us, we have a piggy bank on the Linktree. If you could help us out with 5 or 10, we really would appreciate it. Again, it's linktr.ee/RadioDon. Now, back to the podcast. The last time we got together, I kind of told you that I was scared about the outcome of the election. And some of those fears apparently were laid false. And I'm very happy to say that I was wrong, at least at this particular point, about whether or not it was the end of America. However, I really need to say this. You have people like Politics Girl, who I love. I absolutely love her podcast. I absolutely love the things she says most of the time. But I have to, disagree with her on this. What I'm about to say, she will probably call defeatist. But it isn't. It's just the view of a realist in what is happening here. As you probably know, the Republicans have control of the House of Representatives by about 3 or 4. A really narrow count in the House. And that's why Nancy Pelosi said that she was not going to run again for Speaker or whatever it is. The Speaker of the House will probably be a Republican. The Democrats will control the Senate. Right now, it's a half and half split. If worse comes to worse, Vice President Harris will break any ties in the Senate. Of course, we're waiting to see what happens with Raphael Warnock and the dumbest man on the planet. But I'm sorry to tell you this, but we failed. We being us resistance people, us liberals, us progressives, we failed. Am I saying that because the Republicans have a slight majority in the House? No. Because the Republicans failed too, and not because they lost the Senate. Both sides lost because what they should have been going for were two numbers, 290 and 67. 290 would be a 2/3 majority in the House. 67 would be a 2/3 majority in the Senate. A 2/3 majority in both houses. Meaning, the Senate and the House would be, if you are a Democrat, if you are a liberal or a progressive, the Senate and the House would be bulletproof. Now, why would I say bulletproof? In the House of Representatives, we've got another election coming up in 2 years. And a lot of those people are going to wind up under whoever winds up being president in 2025. Do you really want a bunch of Republicans in the House of Representatives under a President DeSantis or even a President Trump? Would you want that? Because that's what you're going to get. Unless there is some miracle that happens, that's what you're going to get. In the House, in the Senate. You know, we thought we won the last time. We thought we had a majority in the Senate. We didn't then and we don't now. Because of Joe and Kristen. You remember those two. They weren't up for election this year. So guess what? If Warnock wins, it's not going to be 51-49. It's going to be 49 and 2. And even if the vice president basically, takes care of a tie situation, it's not bulletproof. We are going to see gridlock like you have never seen before. And it's all because we failed. We've played nice for the last several decades. It's time that people on the left stop playing nice. It's time we stop the love-ins and frying tofu burgers outside of the Capitol. It's time we start getting mean, kicking butt and taking names. Because that's what the right has done to the left. You have to understand, you're not going to convince somebody that, the way of 45 is the wrong path to take, because they've already decided that, and nothing you can do is going to stop that. You need to understand, those people are now the enemy. I do not want physical harm to come to anyone. Okay? But they are the enemy. It's time we realize that. And it's time we started acting like that. It's time we stopped being nice, and it's time we started getting bulletproof Congresses again. And you want to know something? Right now, on K Street, the Republicans are thinking the same thing. And they're going to do everything humanly possible to marginalize the 45th President of the United States. And possibly their other Frankenstein monster in Florida. You know what I've been hearing? A third name. Nikki Haley. The last election we had, Nikki Haley sounded like the voice of reason. You're going to hear a lot from and about Nikki Haley in the next 24 months. But it's time we stop failing. It's time we stop losing. It's time we stopped settling for crumbs. If this is going to be war, let it be fought at the ballot box. Let it be fought with ballots. But let it be also known that we who are progressives are going to fight for a bulletproof Congress the next time. And with that, that's it. We will talk to you again whenever we get the chance to do so. Again, remember to find us on all of our social media sites. All you got to do is just go to one place, Linktree/RadioDon. That's linktr.ee/RadioDon. Find us, follow us, support us. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'd like to thank you for making it this far. Before we leave, I just want to let you know that there are several places where you can find these little attempts at a podcast. We are on Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, and wherever you find your podcast. You can also find us sometimes in video form on YouTube. We're at youtube.com/@RadioDon1. Again, that's youtube.com/@RadioDon1. We'll talk to you next time. Take care. Hi, it's Fix It and Post Don here. Just a quick reminder that earlier in the podcast I kind of mentioned that Donald Trump was reinstated by Elon Musk on Twitter. And everybody got all verklempt about his very first proclamations from his Twitter account in about a couple of years. They're still waiting. It's Sunday morning and they're still waiting. And they'll continue to wait because he's not coming. Saturday night, he simply said that Twitter has a lot of problems and he already has his own thing, Truth Social, so what would be the point? Trust me, this has been the biggest nothing burger since Geraldo tried to open Al Capone's vaults. Anyway, hit the follow thing and ring the bell, and we'll talk to you later.